Lord. I know we're trying to save some money, but at what cost? I just sent the email. We need to talk. But I think the brown is where my brain is. I value your opinion, so I would like you to give it to me, please. I swear none of our sheet sets match, and you know, that's just life, right? I love it. Oh, excuse you. Do you like it? Are you gonna get your fur all over it? Brown was definitely a good choice. Do you love it? Yeah, I like it. Hello, my beautiful creative humans, and welcome back. The current kitchen update is that there is no update because we just don't know what to do. And we might have an easier time deciding if my husband wasn't sick in the other room with the neurovirus. So, is it an unfortunate setback? Yes. Will we hopefully figure out what we want to do soon? Maybe. We have a package. These are kitchen cabinet samples. And I ordered these the other day before we got the quote. But now at least we can see in the flesh what the samples look like. Okay, so this is the York linen color. It's like a creamy white. I love it. This is the white that our friends have in their kitchen, and it's the Colorado shaker. Colorado white shaker. So this is like the facade that it has. And then this is the York linen. I do love the color of the York linen. And then this one, I think these are the same color, but a different face. Those are really pretty. At this rate, I don't see us going with the more expensive option, aka with this company. They're still an affordable option, but they are the higher end of our budget, aka pretty much our whole budget. So I don't know if we're gonna end up going with them, but it is nice to see the samples and the different color options and the different like face options. So we'll see. We have not decided.
All right, it's time for part 2.
We have some ancient relics. No way! 2007. Sunday, April 22nd, 2007. The Sunday Comics. This was my former source of entertainment. That's so freaking cute. Then we have a bookmark for the glass cage. We have not made much progress on the kitchen this week. I'm not gonna lie to you. However, I think we have made progress in the sense that we know we're probably gonna end up getting these cabinets from Home Depot. I went through and I pulled all of the cabinets that we want in all of what I think are the correct sizes. We're gonna measure to be sure. Measure again and again and again and again. But the total came out to $3,300.40. Which is over $1,500 less than the other quote that we got. The cabinets are already white, so we don't have to paint them. And we went to Home Depot the other day to check them out, and we do really like them. This is like exactly.
I'm cool with that.
Nice. I want our fridge to have something like that. They feel like really nice quality. They're the soft close, all that good stuff. We will still have to assemble them. Either way, we were gonna have to do that. So let's measure and see if we're doing this right. First cabinet is the sink base, which is 33 wide, 24 inches deep, and 34.5 inches high. Perfect. Next on the roster, we have these two pantry cabinets. The pantry is gonna be probably the hardest part. Like this whole wall over here is gonna be our problem child, and that's just, it is what it is. This cabinet back here that's turned all wonky, this one is the same size of the cabinet that they offer. So I have some thoughts. What if we got two of these and then stuck them side by side right here so they open like this, but then we'd have to just make the depth shorter, so we'd have to cut them. Which I know is not ideal, DIYing the whole cabinet. But if we're putting it together anyway, we can just make some quick cuts and then life is good. So, it's an option. So we would need 36 inches. Do we even have 36 inches? Is this idea completely ruined? So my idea is shot. Back to the drawing board on that one. Next we have the coffee bar, which will go right here. Might have to move this plug too, I swear to God. And then 24 inches deep. So it would stick out to here, is that annoying? These next cabinets that we're gonna go down here are 30 inches wide, 15 inches deep, and 24 inches high. That'll look nice. I mean, it won't be centered under the window. Ow, 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 ow. That actually really hurt. Is it gonna be weird if they're not centered under the window? Probably. Instead of this cabinet, we're gonna do a trash can here because we're gonna lose our trash can space that is over there by the fridge. So it'll go like to right here. That's 18 inches, so it'll take up a little bit more of this space, which I don't mind. And then for these two cabinets next to the stove, instead of having one that is a bunch of empty, unused space in here because there's not enough shelves, we're gonna do two drawer ones because I feel like that's just a better use of space. Width, 24 inches. Is 24 inches too long? Oh, these need to be 18 inches wide. Eek. This is why we measure. That's too wide. That brought us down a few bucks. Now we're at $3,264.40. Oh, this is so hard. I know we're trying to save some money, but at what cost? I just sent the email. We need to talk. It's been a few hours since we talked, and some things have transpired. I was going through all of the Home Depot cabinets that I pulled, and I was remeasuring the room and the space and everything. And we realized that for the wall that the refrigerator and the pantry is on, it's gonna take a lot of customization. So we essentially need custom cabinets. And we were just weighing the options of like, is it worth saving $1,500 and then having to do all this extra work customizing the cabinets ourselves? Or do we just spend a little bit more and then they'll actually fit the space properly? Because like things weren't lining up right, things were too big, and the cabinets that they offered in the right color were not aligning properly under the window and they were too wide. And the biggest downside is that I couldn't find a pantry size that like fit the actual space. So we would have to literally cut the pantry, like cut like 4 inches off of the pantry. I can just see it now, us getting this beautiful Home Depot cabinet in the mail and then having to chop it up. That doesn't sound like a good time or something that's good for our marriage. So I just emailed our guy at Lily Cabinets back and let him know like, hey, I think we're gonna move forward with working together. But I also made some revisions to the original quote that they sent us. We took out the uppers above the window. We just had to adjust some measurements of things because not everything was perfectly lining up. Right now, I think the quote will probably still be around the $4,500 to $4,800 mark, which, like I said, is the top of our budget. We're gonna make it work and it's gonna be fine. We were really trying to avoid the scope creep, and I literally spent all week trying to figure out how to make these Home Depot cabinets work, and it's not gonna work. So we're moving on with the semi-custom option because that's just what has to be done at this point. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it.
Feeling 119.5 inches. 119.5. I mean, give me your opinion, like. Alright, next one.
Next one, measure this window.
Okay.
Exactly.
52.25. 70.25.
Once we officially order them, I say we call an electrician and have them move those.
I mean, it's not hard to move a plug though.
Do you think you could do it? I want to like remove stuff from this wall so that we can really look at the drywall. Like I wonder, do you think it's just the paint that's peeling off?
Yeah.
So I wonder, like, can I like chip some of it off and then sand it down so that it's flat?
Probably.
Cause that one, I just don't know if that whole thing will all be covered. I mean, I guess, how much space do we have to walk right now? Like,
Yeah, that's a good question.
because I think we'll keep this the same size.
No, which one give you an idea? So this is just about 3 feet. Guess how far is the pantry gonna stick out?
Pantry won't stick out.
It won't?
No, they're gonna customize it to be 18 inches deep.
Then can we just do an 18-inch
We only
deep cabinet?
have problem with that though is that this wall on this side of the little divider is only 13 inches deep as opposed to 18. Because they didn't make the add-on of the house
Can we
as
just
wide.
do a 13-inch?
Are we even gonna be able to hold anything on that?
Yeah.
Like,
The coffee maker will fit.
will it? Like, will you measure it?
Yeah. It was like 11 or something like that before.
But like, is that gonna be? I just worry that that's not enough
It's like a
space.
foot.
We're gonna take our other coffee bar and just put it there and see what it looks like. Okay, shove it against the wall. Oh,
Kind of like 16.
I was gonna say that doesn't bother me at all.
No. I like that.
That's 18 inches,
All right, there you go. So
which
it's
is like a normal
a
cabinet.
normal cabinet. Let's do that then.
Yeah, because that doesn't like, it's not gonna inhibit your walking, you know?
No, not at all.
And I did want it to be kind of long like this, like 35 inches or something. There was a cabinet that I found that was around that I liked.
18 by 36.
Yeah, I think it was 36
That's probably
inches.
normal.
I think we got this. The measuring is the most stressful part, because if we mess that up, it's on us.
All right, that got me excited. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah.
Yay. That makes me really happy.
And it's gonna be a lot of money, but it's one of those things like I'd rather just spend the higher amount and have it be like really nice and like us be really happy with it.
What's another revised measurement? I think that's it. Let's email Joseph. Popping in your inbox again to send over some revised room measurements. Send. Okay. That is done. After a week of much indecision and really trying to decide, we have finally come to a conclusion that we're gonna go with the semi-custom cabinets. But we talked about it and we do think that the return on the investment one day will really make it worth it. So we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it the right way, because with Home Depot we would just have to customize too much ourselves, and that leaves a lot of room for error because we are not contractors. So there's just some things we don't want to fully DIY ourselves, and we really want it to look good and feel nice and just be done. So we're gonna go with that company, and we remeasured everything just now to make sure that all of my original measurements were right. And there's some minor adjustments, which I knew there would be. But we made notes of all of that, and I just sent them over. So now we wait. And I think next week we might be ordering some cabinets. So that's really exciting. This is not the fun, cute progress. This is the details, the nitty-gritty, the deciding, the budgeting, the everything. Sometimes I feel like this is the longest part of the journey. When it comes to doing any type of DIYing, is like the planning process, the pre-production, the figuring out what you want and where you want to get it from and how much it's gonna cost and where everything fits in. But once this is done, things are gonna move, and we're actually gonna be able to do some of the things that we're talking about. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for being along this decision ride with us. This is unlike anything we have done before for ourselves, so I'm very excited to be taking you through every single step of the process.